Great day for the shop. Tony, what are you doing here?
Just came over to see what you're doing.
Well, my friend William wants a ukulele, so I just came out to the shop to check my wood supplies and see if I have what I need. Jeez.
Nice haircut.
Thanks, I did it myself. Makes me look like a mental patient.
We have stuffy in here, eh?
Oh. Whoops. That's stuff I put away.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I'm making the wood out of koa and cedar, and I have some nice cedar for the soundboard right here. It's beautiful vertical grain cedar. Check out this grain.
Wow.
And
I don't know a lot about grain, but I know what's beautiful or not. And I can imagine this being plain.
there you go. Have a look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, what's this going to be for? What part?
This is for the soundboard.
Oh.
I made a koa guitar. In fact, I'm actually in the process of making a guitar out of koa wood.
What is koa wood?
Koa wood is Hawaiian hardwood. So I figured it would make sense to make a ukulele out of koa because
Awesome.
Hawaii.
So this is a ukulele.
No, that's a guitar.
Oh. It would have been a big ukulele.
It would have been a very big ukulele. Instead, it's a small guitar.
Oh. So have you started the ukulele yet?
I started design work, and I just need to make sure I have the right size of wood. There's some koa left over. It's gonna be. I'm not sure that'll do. Oh, that'll do. That's a nice piece. So I need pieces big enough to make the back. So I'll cut some slices, glue them together to make the back. That
Wow.
piece will do.
Well,
And then I need to make the sides.
Oh, great, it's beautiful.
Yeah. And it looks like I have, so when I made the guitar, I cut a whole bunch of side pieces to pick from. So I have all these bits of koa for the side, so I just picked 2 of these for the ukulele.
Just want to see how thick they are.
Well, right now they're about 4 millimeters thick. They're gonna be, I'm gonna run them through the sander to get all the cut marks off them. And before I put them in the mold to bend them, they'll be about 2 millimeters thick. Yep.
What are you doing?
I got a freaking koa sliver right in my index finger. It's really annoying. It's tiny, but it's like sticking right in there. So I thought I would just slice it out with this X-Acto knife.
That's what I would do. People look at me like I got a green nose or something.
Because I can't function with a tiny little sliver sticking
Yeah,
into
see?
my finger.
That's exactly how I do it. That's the thing about us. You know, that's the similarity.
There we go. There it is. You see it?
Yeah.
A tiny little sliver?
Yep.
Stupid slivers. Anyway, so to make the ukulele, first we need to slice some cedar, and my cedar needs to be 300 millimeters long. I'm just gonna mark this up. Where's my tape measure? Tape measure. Metric tape measure for those in the civilized world.
I have one of those.
Because civilized
It actually has
metric.
both, really. Because sometimes you need to be inaccurate.
I actually have another piece of this. I'm just going to check them both because I want a really pretty piece of wood for the front. So where's the other one? I'm going to look at them both. Of course, the front of the ukulele is what people are going to see the most. So we want to pick the prettiest part. I'm looking at this section right here with these nice contrasty stripes in it.
Yeah, I agree.
The whole length has those, but
Yeah, they both work.
wood.
And you're going to be making another guitar anyway, but you're making a ukulele, and this one's special.
Yeah, contrast is actually better than on this end. Between the stripes, I can put this in the center, right? And then you cut two pieces and you book match them. So I think I'm going to cut from this end. So I need 300 millimeters. That'll be enough for the front. I have too many guitars in here. I have to keep moving everything.
They're piling up.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to use the chop saw. I'm going to use that skill saw set.
Try not to hit me with the wood, eh? Knock the camera out of my hand.
I'll try. Try harder next time. Just a second. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Actually going to need this again in a minute, so I'll just leave it out. And then we need a whole bunch of slices of this. Now, technically we only need 2 slices, but I always do like 6 or 8, which is why I have a whole bunch of sides of koa that I can use on the ukulele. Because you slice them, you never know what's inside. There could be flaws and stuff. So you just cut a bunch and then pick the ones you love.
Right.
So this is my beautiful Laguna 1412 bandsaw, which completely changed the game for me. I used to have a, shall we say, more consumery tool.
It is lovely.
It's beautiful.
You spend money on these things. I spend money on musical instruments.
These are my choice. Those are your choice. I want these to be 2 millimeters in the end, so I'm going to start cutting them around 5 or 6 millimeters. Because the bandsaw leaves pretty nasty cut marks, and you got to sand them all off. And sometimes it wanders. Sometimes the blade wanders a bit. Because it's a bandsaw. It's just the nature of bandsaws. I'm just checking my blade guides and making sure they're nice and tight. Go. That should keep it cut nice and straight. Oops, I forgot to tighten my fence. That's going to be about right.
65.
I'm going for around 6 millimeters. And there's some of the, since the teeth stick out sideways, I'll take off about a 1/2 mil.
So an extra 1/2 mil to lose.
Yeah. One of the things I've learned is that it's always better to cut a little larger than a little smaller than you need. Because if you cut a little smaller than you need and you go through the sander, you'll end up still with cut marks, and it'll be too thin. So.
Yeah.
So, appropriate safety equipment, dust collection going on. Is it going to be noisy? Because why build one when you can build two at twice the price?
Exactly.
So the next step.
I do that too with cooking.
Really?
Yeah.
The next step is to run these through the. This is my second favorite tool next to my Laguna. This is the Supermax 1938 drum sander, also made by Laguna, by the way. Morning. No affiliate sponsor. They're not a sponsor. They're not paying me to say this. I just this tool made me get rid of my thickness planer because it's so fantastic.
You can't see that I'm chuckling back here.
The drum sander is just a drum that sands.
Yeah.
So this gets drawn through and this thing spins. You see there's a bunch of crud on the sandpaper.
But this machine was not built in 1938.
No, it's called 1938 because it'll do a 19-inch wide piece, but it's open on this side, so technically you could do a 38-inch piece wide, which never works, but they call it the 1938, you know, for marketing purposes.
Okay.
So, so I want to crank this up until this fits, and then I'll slowly crank it down, and I keep a caliper handy to measure my thickness as I go, to make sure I don't go too thin. And I have to change my dust collection.
Why? Oh, I have to switch it to that machine.
Yeah, so I have like one dust collection unit and a bunch of hoses and then valves so that the right machine collects the dust.
Right.
But first.
Well, wait, that's not all. Coffee. I'm not drinking my coffee because
Okay. Dust collection.
looking for. Are you done? What?
4.8 millimeters. I got a long way to go.
Well, this machine, at least it saves you days of sanding.
Yeah. And it's perfectly flat and smooth and beautiful and instantaneous. That's why I love this machine so much.
Yep.
Nice.
2.9.
That'll do, big. Now the fun part.
Did you mean fun facetiously?
No. This is where we get to pick the wood we're going to use.
I see.
So this one doesn't have the stripes. Just this one.
But you will use those for another.
I'll use them for something, for sure. So this is called book matching, where you take two that are being cut side by side, and you open them and you can see they're then perfectly symmetrical. That's a nice pairing.
Back in the days when paper really was that thick.
It's pretty nice.
Which one do you like best?
I like this one.
Why?
Just there's a real contrast between the stripes. They're really discreet, and here they're a little bit munged together towards the middle.
Right. Mm-hmm.
No, it's subjective.
This one sort of has more of a consistent sort of thing going on.
I'll probably make both
Pattern.
of these.
Yeah.
So these will go back in the bin.
Are you going to make 2 ukuleles or one?
Why make one when you can make two at twice the price?
Right. I kind of thought you were going to make 2, but the idea is to make one because it's on a commission.
Here's what you want to do. Well, if you're making one and you have to make jigs and forms and all that stuff, why not make 2? Like, it hardly takes any more time to make 2 guitars or instruments than it does to make one.
And if it really turns out real good, then you could go into production if you wanted to.
You could. So I'm going to use these later. I'm not going to use them right now. I have a bunch of other wood to make first, but I want to make sure that I don't get the pairs mixed up. I'm going to mark them. And this is the orientation that I like. So, okay.
So it's A that we're doing.
We're doing both.
Oh yeah.
And then these go up with the rest of the soundboards.
And that's it?
That's it for the soundboards for the moment. And then the next thing is the back. So we need to do some more slices of koa wood, and the back is 300 by 250. So I need 300 by at least 125 wide. And here's our piece of koa that we picked for that. And it's 180 wide, so that's plenty. And I'll cut from this end because this end looks like it's got a little bit of something. It's a bit of rot, maybe even. 320. Okay. This could be an issue, depending on where it is. 320. It will not be. Look at that.
Whoa. that
And
is rock. It's not really rock.
it's actually 300 I need, not 320. But I'll cut 320 anyways because it's always better to have a little bit more.
320 milliliters.
Millimeters,
Right.
not milliliters.
Yeah, well, I'm a cook, so. Same thing.
How many millimeters of milk do you add to that recipe?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's interchangeable.
So, since this is short and I have too many guitars, I could actually cut this on my chop saw.
What's the question?
How many? I need 4 pieces. So I should be able to get 4 out of these 2 easy. Yeah, so if I do 6mm pieces, I should get 4. It's dusty. That's why I always turn the dust collector on. So tool setup is really important. You always want the guides here to be as close to your wood as possible for a number of reasons. One is the blade will be straighter, the less distance is in between the guides. There's a guide here and there's one under the table. And then another reason is, you know, if you're cutting, you know, with this much blade open, it's really easy to slice your finger off. So for accuracy and safety reasons, it's always better to drop your guides as close to the wood as you can get away with.
You could get closer, actually.
You could. That's about it.
Near enough, too.
Okay, wood collector. Dust collector.
Very hard wood.
It is hardwood. Matter of fact, I'm going to get myself some earmuffs.
First sheet, here, first sheet. Wait, we need to try that wood for how long? How long does we need to try that wood?
A number of years. At least 6 or 7,000 years. It's a little thinner. Not so shallow.
Again. Very nice. I'm the first to see, or we are the first to see, the grain that's being inside that wood for how long?
Huh?
How long has that grain been inside that wood?
Some number of years. At least 6 or 7,000 years. No, probably not. It's a little thinner. But not so shallow.
Again.
Can you guess what's next?
This.
What's next?
5.4
Yeah.
on the Richter scale.
These need to go down to about 2.5. So, back to the drum sander.
Here we go again.
Here we go again. We need to cut out the neck blank. So I need a piece of mahogany, which of course is on the bottom, naturally. Cherry wood. Vancouver Island Arbutus.
It's a big piece you need, right?
Yeah.
So just leave it like that. Get a few splinters while you're playing a G chord.
That's actually not mahogany, that's the peely, which is almost like mahogany, but it's a little heavy.
The grain is similar.
Yes, it's very similar.
Looking for a piece of mahogany. Hopefully, yeah.
I'm sure I must. That's lace wood. I gotta tidy up my scrap wood. I'll use this.
What is that?
This is a beautiful piece. The same as this wood.
So you're gonna use that instead of mahogany.
Yeah, it's really similar to mahogany. And this, look, it's got a really beautiful vertical grain. Looks like there's a couple of voids in the middle, but we'll see how those go as we cut it. Those might end up right in the... Well, yeah, I don't think ukuleles have truss rods. So there wouldn't be a truss rod.
Interesting. Yeah, because like these strings aren't really that tense where they would need it. It's just catgut
Or nylon.
or nylon.
I need more wood storage. Okay, so I need, that's not a crack, that's a scribe mark or something. I need a piece that is 400
According to the book.
by 68 by 20. This will do the job. I'll just go a little over 400 just to safety. not square. As it dried, this is really warped, and you can see that this is definitely not square. So we're going to take this piece of wood and run it through the jointer to square it up. Holy moly. Okay. Oh, shoot.
Plug in it.
Plug in it. So now we have two sides that are perfectly square to each other. So now we can use table saw and the thickness planer or the drum sander to square up the other sides. So that's the purpose of the joint.
What are you checking for now?
So this is going to be 2 necks. I'm going to slice it in half. So 24.
24 millimeters.
Yeah.
But you're measuring a little more.
Well, I need 20 millimeters.
Right.
Dust collection. You might want to put your earmuffs on.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
So we have the basic pieces of wood we need for making this ukulele. As a matter of fact, 2 of them, because why build one when you can build 2 at twice the price? We got our soundboards that we looked at earlier. We got 2 backs, and we have to figure out how we want those to go together. That looks pretty nice. Yeah, those look nice.
Beautiful.
And we got our sides. So we need 4 of these.
Those are going to be bent. Those ones.
These are going to be bent. Yeah, they're not sanded yet. They're still really thick. They need to be sanded down to a couple of millimeters.
Those are all the sides. So like 4, 2 for each guitar. Or I mean ukulele.
So yeah, these 2 match nicely. Look at that. That's a really nice match.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to mark those. Beautiful. Look, check out that book match. I love that symmetry. So that'll be one set. And this one has a knot in it, so I don't think we're going to use that. So we're definitely going to use these 2. The question is, do they book match? No, not bad. Pretty good. Oh, that side's nicer. Maybe this way. Yeah.
That's where you like it.
Okay. And then we got neck blanks. These are Sipilia, and they're like very similar woodworking to mahogany, but they're a little heavier. So I'm not 100% convinced I'm going to use these. I just couldn't find a piece of mahogany big enough today, so I might go mahogany shopping. But those are the basic pieces. Additional wood that we'll need is there's braces that go on the inside. And we're going to hand make those. We're going to actually split those out of lumber to make sure we get the grain going in the right direction. The grain direction on the braces is mission critical. And there's kerf lining which goes along the inside of the body, and then bindings and a rosette and a fretboard. So the fretboard will probably be Brazilian rosewood. Yeah.
You think we might take a trip to the wood shop or the wood place?
Yeah, there's a great place in South Vancouver called PJ White Hardwoods. It's kind of like walking into the Indiana Jones secret warehouse full of treasures.
It's a candy store.
Yeah, for if you like wood.
Yeah.
And the nice thing is, it's just wholesale hardwood.
Yeah.
So you don't have to pay ridiculous prices for it. You do have to pick through a lot of lumber to find the really good stuff that you want, but it's pretty fun.
Well, I'm in.
All right. Okay. So.
Bye.
Bye. So in our next video, we're going to make this part for the ukulele. This was used for these guitars. Then you bend the wood over it with some heat. So this is for bending the side bender.
Yeah.
But obviously this is the wrong size and shape of the ukulele.
Yeah.
So we'll make one, we'll cut one out on the CNC machine for the bending machine. That's what we're going to do in our next video.
Cool. Can't wait.